What interested me about Criminal Minds was the fact that people were really using their brain, were really using the idea of the psychological profile of a criminal to capture him.
Hence, Criminal Minds, the mind of criminal.
Ultimately, CBS heard the pitch and was very excited about it. They bought it in the room.
From there, I wrote an outline, a treatment, and just went right into writing the script.
They loved the script.
We immediately went into full gear, and pilots are a mad rush for everybody involved because everybody gets picked up at the same time and everybody's looking for their DPs and their directors and their crew and their actors. It's a crazy scramble.
Then we better get started.
I felt that we had a really good shot because it was exciting me, and I had probably seen it 100 times before.
When we went on air, I never really anticipated the success that we're having.
So we were shocked. Now we're exuberant.
I live in New York, and when I first came out at the beginning of the season, I honestly thought I'd be back by Thanksgiving.
All these numbers stand essentially for something. HH would mean households, 10.3 over 15. No one knows what any of that means, just that that's a very high number when it comes to all of this, so that's good.
We are truly a successful show. It's really fun. It's gratifying.
We wanted to try and cast, interesting and attractive people, but also people that you would believe in these roles.
It was not a complicated casting, but a long casting, because to get the right tone of the people that we were looking for required actually seeing a lot of people, because it was going to be an ensemble.
It needed to be really real, because the subject matter is so heavy.
I think what's important with Criminal Minds is to get the sound right, and it's the sounds of Gideon and Hotch and the rest of the team, that defines the show.
All good drama, all good shows are family shows. So at the core of this show, our BAU profilers are a family.
It's an interesting mix, and somehow all 7 entities come together, and it works. It works. It works on camera and off camera. It works on camera because it works off camera.
Weren't you a little bit worried he might just shoot you?
I was a lot worried.
Mandy's character, Gideon, is just a really interesting character because you don't quite know what happened to make him flawed, but he's got a sense of humor, and he's clearly very, very, very good at what he does.
Mandy's probably not going to be happy when he hears this, but we see Gideon as kind of the nurturing, more of the traditional mom role. Sorry, Mandy.
He wants to do good for others. That's a good guy to play.
He internalizes so much of what these people are seeing and the pain of the victims, and it all comes out in his face.
He's the one who goes to the dark side.
Gideon is meant to look like he's retired, so we made him very casual. He's someone who doesn't really care about his clothes, he just throws them on.
His office is more like a professor at a university. He has a huge collection of crime, literature, of specialty reports. He's got a large collection of artifacts. He's got a lot of stuff from cases that he's worked on. His emotional involvement is more evident in the set dressing.
His life is so much about turning the darkness into light. Certainly it's what my life's about.
What you got? Aaron Hotchner is an important character because he's the central tree that doesn't bend. He's what we call a true believer in the FBI. He believes in the FBI. He's the only character that we're sure has ambitions above the BAU, that he could see himself someday as the director of the FBI.
We have to throw stuff at Hotch to rattle him, and so he gets beaten up a lot, and he won't let that stuff affect him.
It's hard. This job will eat you up if you let it.
So what do I do?
Find a way not to let it.
If Hotch is to well up and cry, I think we'll be crying before he does.
The guy probably sleeps in a suit.
That's the walking Ken doll right there. You can't mess with him. I mean, nobody looks as clean as Thomas Gibson in a suit.
We based his office on actual regional directors' offices.
He comes with this sense of authority about him. He's a good balance to Mandy's passion. She has a lot to learn, although she's exceptionally smart. This is her end-all be-all. She's always wanted to do this job.
I think we should interview him. Use this as pressure.
No. We need leverage. A name.
The real behavioral analysis unit of 29 profilers, only 2 are women.
There's a kind of sassiness there, I think, that helps ground things.
Next time, show a little leg.
Morgan, the only time you're gonna see a little leg from me is when I'm about to kick your ass.
Lola Gladini. She's married, so I can only, keep that short.
She's kind of like the voice of skepticism on the show.
Mr. Copeland? There are sex offenders in the area. I thought he should know.
Stupid.
Esther always wants to know what's going on.
She was watching the show. She said, how come you never smile?
Crime show. Not supposed to be
Yeah.
smiling and
Look
laughing.
at that dead body. Ha 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 ha.
What is he doing?
He's role playing.
How does that work?
He's trying to think like the kidnapper.
We try to look at our characters as each having a different kind of way into the crime, and Morgan's way into the crime is to put himself in the shoes of the killer.
Okay, not that easy to maneuver. That means I'm a little bit athletic.
He'll be the first to pull the gun out and kick somebody or kick a door down. He's the muscle.
Shamar is wearing his bat belt. I don't know if you noticed, but it's the bat belt. It's full of gadgets. Hey, Shamar, come here for a second.
Set, pictures up.
Just showing him your bat belt. You look like Batman with the bat belt. I'm gadget man.
He's a very handsome guy, which doesn't hurt when you're doing a television show.
Shamar is more than just a pretty face. Shamar is a much better actor than I think people realized he was going into this.
He's the one who gets the crazy fans. Whenever we go anywhere, I mean, it's always Shamar. It's like women running up to him, Shamar, Shamar.
Must be tough, man.
We are ready for first team.
I ain't coming. All right, you understand that? I'm getting glamorized. I'm getting pretty.
Yes.
It takes time.
I do have an IQ of 187 and eidetic memory and can read 20,000 words per minute. Yes, I'm a genius.
He's astute. His way of looking at things, the way his brain works is different than everyone else's.
His mind works so fast and he's so unique, it's kind of hard to keep up with him.
My original conception of him was much different than the way it turned out in the show. But originally I had a pencil-thin mustache and very big, horribly thick glasses and really long, stringy hair. I wanted him to be more of a deranged hermit than a clean-cut scholar.
He's probably wearing ties that are his grandfather's. He's wearing old shoes. There's a little bit that he sort of shadows Mandy's dress a little bit because Mandy is his mentor.
In any other job, he would be considered odd. But in this job, he's considered brilliant. And so he's found his niche in life.
Botulism toxin is the deadliest substance known to man. It blocks acetylcholine receptors, paralyzing its victims until basically choking you to death. Without a antitoxin, a lethal dose will kill you in 36 hours.
Everything he knows is from a book, and this is his first true life experience, and it's the worst of all.
He hadn't been seen on television before.
Fresh new face.
The first audition, we didn't really notice just how good he was.
In China, it's called Wei Qi. Here it's called Go, and finding it is rather disturbing.